I don't want to go into details of like talking about myself. Like I did that in the previous. I've done that in previous videos. So if you want to know about me, I suggest you go back and watch those videos. By the way, before please do show some love, subscribe, like, share, and let's spread the good news. I'm not a preacher, so let's spread the good news. So in this video, I'm going to continue from where I stopped last time. And yeah, I will be reading, I jot down some things. So I'll be like reading out, like reading some, the main points and then trying to like talk about them, like speak on them. So I want you to take a deep breath with me, just a second. Because actually, if you're watching this, your heart might be racing or your mind might be spinning, and you're looking for an answer that no one seems to be giving you. But let me read that again. I want you to take a deep breath with me, just for a second. Because if you're watching this, your heart might be racing or your mind might be spinning, and you're looking for an answer that no one seems to be giving you. How many times have you been to the doctor? How many times have you been to your private physician to get your blood work done and to like check you out? And something took you to that place. Something took you to that doctor. Something took you to that hospital. You didn't feel, see, nobody in his or her right mind wants to just get up and go to a doctor, go to the hospital. No, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be in such places because those places are sad places. You're not gonna see any happy person in a hospital. You're not gonna see a smiling person at the doctor's office. No, you're gonna see sad people, sick people, people who are depressed, people who are going through problems, people with problems. So nobody, no healthy person, no happy person wants to just get up and go to a doctor, go to a hospital. No, something has to take you, something must take you to such a place. But then after getting your blood checked, after getting your body checked, after getting everything, they came back with everything is normal, right? They came back with you're fine, nothing is wrong with you, right? How many times have you experienced that? You're having headache, your head is pounding, you're having anxiety, only for the doctor to come back and tell you you're okay, everything is normal, your blood work is normal, you're fine, there's nothing to worry about. You're sitting there listening to this person tell you everything is normal while your head is pounding. How many times have you experienced that? Let's continue. And believe me, I know that feeling because I have lived it. I have lived it. It's the main reason why I decided to create this podcast. It's the main reason why I decided to start talking about it, to tell people my stories, and at the end of it, organize a retreat for people who wants to be free. If you want to be free, I am organizing a retreat later in the year for people who wants to feel whole again. A few years ago, I was living in Europe. I still live in Europe, by the way, but I was living in Europe a few years ago, I was living in Europe. Why I said was is because that person a few years ago is not the same person sitting here talking to you guys now. I used to be a very different person. So a few years ago, I was living in Europe. On the outside, I looked like I was making it. But on the inside, I was a ghost. I was working long hours, often 12 hours night shifts, that felt like they were peeling layers off my soul. I was living on caffeine, artificial lights, and constant buzzing pressure to perform. Yeah, I did night shift for like 10 years straight. Night shift for 10 years straight. Picture that. Imagine what that did to my body. Imagine you not sleeping every night for 10 years, and I was working Monday to Saturday. So imagine you not sleeping every night for 10 years. Do you know the amount, the level of damage? Do you know how damage, what, do you know the amount of damage that could cause or that will cause to your body? 10 years. We're not talking 10 months. We're not talking 10 days. I did night shift for 10 years straight. Every day, constantly work. I will go to work around 8, arrive 9, have to drive 1 hour. I used to drive 1 hour to my workplace, arrive 9 o'clock, chill out till like resume work around 9:30, close around 6 in the morning, drive back 1 hour, drive another 1 hour back home. But by the time I get home, I'll be stuck in traffic because people will be going to work. The people on morning shift will be going to work, so I'll be stuck in traffic. So sometimes I used to need like 2-3 hours to get home from work. So I will arrive home around 9 in the morning. I will get home around 9 in the morning. Then I will have to like try to like force myself to sleep with all the noises around, construction work over there, people repairing their roofs over there, cars honking their horns over there, and people, dogs barking and shit. I was trying to force myself to sleep. Let that sink in for a minute. 10 years. 10 good years. I will arrive home 9 o'clock, try to sleep, couldn't sleep, wake up 12 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll wake up 12 o'clock, feeling very, very like alert. And I have to wake up, go pick my son from the kindergarten, no, that time my son wasn't in the kindergarten yet. He was still at the Tage's mother at the daycare. We call it Tage's mother here. Had to go pick my son, come back home, make something for him to eat, stay with him till my woman came back home. Then I have to like hurry up, look for what to eat, because I know that very soon I have to drive back to my workplace. That was my life for 10 years. I came to Europe looking like one. I became like an elephant after about a year or so. I developed all kinds of diseases, sicknesses and shit. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea because I remember the day I was coming back from work. I'm driving on this deserted road because the company I used to work at that time was like in a very small village far away inside like in a no man's land. So coming back from work, you have to drive this deserted zigzag road to get to the main city of that state. So I'm driving that deserted road. All of a sudden, I woke up in front of somebody's fence. Don't know how that happened, but I think I lost consciousness because of sleep apnea. I lost consciousness due to lack of sleep. So I don't know what happened, but the car I drove that time could brake in front of an obstacle. The car will automatically brake itself. So I think that's what saved me. I think I lost consciousness and the car, instead of hitting the fence, braked automatically and the engine turned off. So I woke up and I was like, what happened? I had to drive myself back home. When I told that to my late father-in-law, may his soul rest, the man said I should go to a Schlaf labor, a sleep laboratory, to get checked out that I could be having sleep apnea. That was the first time I heard somebody say sleep apnea. So I had to go get checked out, and lo and behold, I was diagnosed and told that I have sleep apnea. I was like this. I used to look like this. My neck used to look like this. My face was like, oh. But the funny thing is, I used to think, that time I used to think that I was living well. That I was, of course I made the money. Night shift, they pay you double. So I had the money, I was eating all the fried stuff, frying things with seed oil and vegetable oils, and drinking a bottle of Hennessy every week. I used to buy a 6-pack of Guinness every Saturday. Then I would drink one on Sunday, one on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I used to like make it, it used to be like a routine. Like a routine to me. I used to drink and eat, like I used to have like 10 kilos of meat. Why? Because I had the money, so I thought I was living fine. I thought, oh, okay, I have to live fine to show people back home that I'm living fine. Anyways, this is not my biography, so let's continue. Then it happened. My body didn't just give me a warning sign. It collapsed. Yes, my body did not just warn me. My body collapsed. Why? Because my body was under pressure. I had put my body under such an enormous pressure that it was compensating, it was adapting, it was protecting, it was compensating, adapting, protecting, but at a point, my body gave up. I remember the palpitations. Yeah, my heart felt like a bird trapped in a cage, slamming against my ribs. Yes, my blood pressure spiked to levels that terrified me. My vision would blur, and this heavy, crushing anxiety sat on my chest every single morning. I went to the doctors, I did the test, I waited in those rooms, heart pounding, hoping for an answer. And do you know what they told me? Like I said at the beginning of this video, everything is normal. They always came back with everything is normal. Your blood pressure is good. Everything is okay. You're normal. But I wasn't normal. I was dying inside. That was the moment I realized my body hadn't failed me. It wasn't broken. It was reacting perfectly to an environment it wasn't designed for. My body was reacting to an environment it wasn't designed for. My body was reacting. I just came from Africa, where we used to go to sleep 6 in the evening. 6 in the evening, latest 7 in the evening, everywhere will be dark in my part of Africa. So by 8, everybody is forced to go to sleep. By 8, everywhere is quiet, everywhere is dark. And where I grew up, the house I grew up back in Africa, by 8, you will start hearing wild animals making noise, and so you'll be forced, your circadian rhythm automatically sets in. Your body starts producing melatonin, and then you're forced to go to sleep. That's the environment I grew up in. But then coming over here, my body wasn't designed or prepared, did not prepare, or wasn't designed for this environment. Came here and started working night shift. Came here and I was exposed to all the things and in the supermarkets, cheap chocolates and all those things. Noises, where I grew up in, noises, you hardly hear cars pass. You hardly hear vehicle. One vehicle will pass in 3-4 hours. Every 3-4 hours, you will hear a vehicle pass. So we had peace of mind. We had peace, and we were walking, running around barefoot, running around with no clothes. But the sun was hitting. We had an abundance of vitamin D. We had abundance of vitamin C. Name them. We all had them in our backyards. We were thriving. We were thriving. We were like happy. We were happy. We were happy until somebody put it in my head that, hey, I needed another life. I needed a better life somewhere. So you have to go to Europe. What the hell? I'm not saying Europe is bad. No, Europe is okay for Europeans, for people who were designed and programmed to live here, not us. But I wasn't normal. I was dying inside. I was dying inside. That was the moment I realized my body hadn't failed me. I wasn't broken. It was reacting perfectly to an environment it wasn't designed for. Modern life had failed me, and I had to find my way back. This happened in 2020. The turning point, the peak point happened in 2020 during that corona thingy. 2020. I had to find my way back. I had to save myself. My body has been adapting. My body had been, is it has or had? My body had been adapting. My body had been compensating. My body had been protecting. Remember, I talked about these 3 points in the previous video. So, but I didn't realize, I didn't know this. But in 2020, I came to the realization that, hey, I have to save my body. I have to save myself. I have to help my body save me, itself. I think this is already too long. So we'll cut this one here for now. We'll continue in the next episode. Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe so that when the next episode drop, you'll be notified. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Till then, love, peace, and happiness. Ciao.